on today's vlog, we are at the Queen City Marathon. It's September 11th, 2016. Seeing how today everyone is running, we're gonna do a nice little in-depth review of fitness trackers. Stay tuned. And there they go.
Everybody know this is Harry.
Finish line right over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture.
So I've got roughly 4 vlogs in the queue, but with it being QCM, the 15-year anniversary of 9/11, also the fitness tracker review, I feel as though this one's taking priority because I got a lot to share with you with this vlog, so stay tuned. Do you also ever notice how immature some people can be? That last truck that drove by, he yelled a lot of negative, just explicitive things. I just don't understand why people do that. That's all. Where do people gain by being so negative and being so just completely, I don't know a better word than disgusting, but on another note, if YouTube didn't have their change of service and terms and agreements, I probably actually could have shared what he said, but I probably still wouldn't. So big congratulations to everyone that ran today. All of you, like, congrats. I ran my first half marathon. I think I ran my first half marathon in 2013. I don't like running distance. Anything that's 5K to 10K, I feel great with. I don't like running long distance, but it's one of those things I always wanted to accomplish, so you just train for it and you get it done. Okay, so now is the fun part. We had to go for lunch. As a side note, those who do compete in events, races, whatever, don't forget to always thank the volunteers. Every volunteer you see, always say thank you to them. Without the volunteers, you wouldn't have a race to do. Oh yeah, I'm still gonna talk about fitness trackers. I use the Garmin Vivo Active. It's good, it's not great. I'll tell you a little bit more about why. So did you know your phone even tracks your fitness? There's the health app, for example, if you've got an iOS phone, and it tracks all these details. Or you can do one of these. Lots and lots of options to track your fitness level. So my first half marathon experience was actually QCM as well. So my first half marathon, I trained, felt really good going into the race. I had a goal to break 2 hours. I was on pace to break that 2-hour mark, felt really good about it till I hit the 18K mark, and then my body just broke down. Something I didn't consider, the night before, there's always a big like pasta meal and a big get together. I didn't consider my pre-race meal or the night before. It affected everything, and the last 3 kilometers weren't pretty, but I mean, I still got it done, and that I was pretty happy about. It is so rewarding setting a goal, putting in the work, and then check that off your list, right? Nothing better than that. Let's go review some fitness trackers. I think that's a great way, well, you know, running, marathoning, fitness tracking, it all works together, right? Let's go check them out. I'm gonna finish off today's vlog. We're gonna talk everything wearable technology, mainly fitness tracker. But before that, 15 years ago today, there was a really unfortunate event that did happen in Manhattan. Everyone knows about so everyone's very familiar about that event that happened. I'm not gonna use my YouTube channel too much to talk about, you know, those serious events, but if you do have a moment, obviously don't forget what happened. I remember for me exactly where I was. I was on my way to university, actually. It was first year university, and that kind of like opened my eyes up to, you know, being an adult and thinking about the tragedy on, you know, a large scale. Maybe we can all just start getting along. That's all I'm going to talk about that, and let's head back to some activity tracker talk. Okay, so wearable technologies. In particular, we're talking fitness trackers. All of them are good, none of them are great. Okay, so the reason why I chose this one is mainly because it does wireless heart rate. I'm used to always wearing a chest strap here. The fact that this one came out with wireless heart rate and could sync with the rest of my Garmin stuff, main reason why I chose it. So the other factors I like to track, steps, that I find super important is sleep. Yes, it's good for activity. You can do running, you can do cardio, you can do measurements, you can add to a community, all that stuff I really don't care about, but those are the two main things that I look at when I went to buy a piece of wearable technology. So by logging into the Garmin Connect, you can find out all about your day. I can see all of my heart rate, so I see my resting heart rate, my average heart rate, and max heart rate for the day, which again is really beneficial if some of that stuff actually is interesting to you or you're using it to work towards a goal. That's where it can actually help you. So I chose Best Buy as my place to go, and upon walking in there, there is a plethora of choices. Upon going online, we have the same choices. So on the high end of things, you've got the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch can run you upwards of $700 or more. Any activity tracker is good. They start as inexpensive as $30. Some go for $80, some go for upwards of $200. There is a lot of options for you. The main thing is that you're using it. There are also smart watches nowadays. Samsung, Motorola, lots of options to keep track of that data. So because I'm a poor sleeper sometimes, this helps me track my sleep. So at least I notice patterns. Generally, when I have a poor sleep, my eating habits are not as consistent, so I can notice those things, or if I get into that pattern, it's not as detrimental. I noticed too, with a fitness tracker, it really ties into the gamification as a human being, which we really love. So this one, for example, gives me personal records. I'll say that I don't track this every day. I don't wear the watch every day. Those months that I do, I'm walking about 375,000 steps. So give or take 10 to 12,000 steps a day. Since purchasing this fitness tracker the end of January 2016 to now, which is September 11th, 2016, I've accumulated about 2.1 million steps. Total distance of about 1,800 kilometers. Some of the other things, most steps in a day, about 27,000. Most steps in a month, about 375,000. If these things are interesting to you, it's nice to keep track of the data. And spending the time and asking a couple clients on why they actually use their fitness trackers, I think the biggest response was they notice the days that they don't hit their goal steps for the day, they'll actually make a conscious effort to walk around and get those steps in. So that may help you just be a little bit more active than you normally would. So that's definitely a good thing and can help you in reaching your goals faster. So in saying that, any fitness tracker is good, just make sure you use it and make sure it helps you get towards your goals. I think that's the only thing. Find also a fitness tracker that works for your budget, and find something that you like aesthetically. This one's very plain and simple, so it works for me. You may want to find one that's like an accessory, like a watch, as long as it works for you. So my fitness watch was about $200. Looking nowadays, it's selling for $150, so about $50 off. Find the fitness tracker that works for you. And I think that's where I'm gonna leave off the vlog for today. If you like what you're seeing, definitely like on below. I would appreciate if you definitely subscribe to it. That way you get a notification when I upload a new video, so it stays current for you. And again, really helps my subscriber base and helps my channel grow. So it'd mean a lot to me if you hit that subscribe below. Thanks again for following me along on this momentous day. Truly amazing to hang out with a bunch of inspiring individuals at the race. I hope that review on my fitness tracker helped you guys out in future. And don't forget to never underestimate the power of positivity, and optimism is the only way to go, because the alternative will never breed you the success that you want. And keep loving life. It's like I am an hour and a half late for a wedding, and that's just beyond rude. So what I'm